In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can get to your GoGuardian account and be able to set up your classes. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how you can get to GoGuardian in your Omnibox up here at the top where you put your URL. Here's where you can type teacher.goguardian.com and it will bring you to where you sign into your GoGuardian account. It will tell you good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on the time. They personalize it here for you. So if you're not logged into your account, when you go to log in, what you'll use to log into your account is your login with Google here. You're not going to be putting in your email or your password. You're going to click login with Google. It's linked to your Google credentials. Then you would pick the appropriate account that you'll be using, which would be your CatullaISD.net account. And then it should log you in here to GoGuardian. And so once you've logged in, you can have it remember you and it automatically logs you in like mine did originally, or you can choose to have you log in each time if you feel safer that way or that's what you prefer. So if you wanted to add a class, here I have some classes going already that I've had from last year. And if I wanted to add this year's classes, I can go up here to add classroom. Over here to the right, I'm in my classrooms dashboard. This is where it loads when you go to GoGuardian and you put in your password, it loads you here to the dashboard. So I can click add classroom here, and you will very rarely be adding the classrooms manually. The only reason I could see that is if you were using it to do like a pull-out program, intervention, or for, alternative education program maybe. But if you're using it in your classroom, you're going to add your Google Classroom. And what this is going to do is it's automatically going to add your kids for you into that specific class. And so what we can do here is we can click Add Google Classroom, and you may have to select the account if you may have to connect your account. Here I'm going to click Reconnect, so this is what you could see. I would select the account that the classroom is linked to. It's going to ask, do I want to allow these features here? And you can allow them. And then it's going to connect to your Google Classroom classes, and here you can pick the class that you want to add. So let's say I wanted to use this test class here that I've created. I can click on the class, and then it is going to bring the students over here, and then it's going to list them here and say who the students are. So this is your students that were enrolled, and you can choose to sync the students. And now all of these students, it'll say up here on the top right, success, sync students successfully. Now when you go look at this class, all your students will be here. So let's go back to classrooms, and you can see our classrooms here. In the classroom we just created was test class. So I can go back here, and I've added this classroom, and so now I can see here on the left, if I go to students, it shows my list of students, and then it gives me the option to sync students. So if I had new students that joined, this week, yesterday, whenever, I can make sure I get them added in Google Classroom, and then I can add them here by syncing from Google. So you're only having to have that student join your classroom one time in Google Classroom, and then you come here and sync in GoGuardian, and it's updated. It's very important that if you have students who are moving classes, that you unenroll them from the class they were previously in and have them enroll in the new class. And so that will keep it, the information and the students valid in the correct class here in GoGuardian. So that's how you create your new classroom. You also have some different settings you can set up here. So if we go back to our class here, we have sessions here. This is where you could view sessions you've had going for your class. You can see students here. These are your students that are currently enrolled. You can add teachers, and there's some different options you can add. If you wanted to add a co-teacher here, you can type in their email, it would bring them up, and then you can select their role. An owner allows that teacher to have access to deleting students, deleting content, deleting the class. A teacher adds as someone that can add or take away students and can view information, and then a helper can just view what's going on in the classroom. So those are some different options. There's some different roles. You can click here and find more extensive information about the different roles here. They have some videos that shows you exactly what a helper can do and see what a teacher can do and see what an owner can. So feel free to read that documentation further if you would like to. So that's how you can add a co-teacher. And then there's some settings here for your classroom you've created. You can name your class here. You can select the subject. Selecting the subject is important because that will tell, they have the option for off-task alerts. And so that gives GoGuardian the option to tell you when your students are off task. And so right now it does it for the 4 core subjects here at the top. However, they're working towards rolling out these other subjects. So if you have your students in science, if this class is science and they're on, cool math games for 2 minutes, it's going to let you know that they're off task. So it's important that you select the subject. You can put a description if you choose. We'll talk about scenes in another video that you can watch and then come back and update this if you'd like. And we'll talk about it there also. And then this is where you can pick the color that you want for your tab. And so let's say we wanted to go with this color here, flamingo pink. We can update our classroom. And so we've updated our info up here at the top right. It says updated classroom test class. So now I can go back to my dashboard and I can see the colors updated. And I would see information here. So that's how you can get to students, teachers, and settings. When you're under settings here, it does give you the option to schedule your classes. And we'll have a separate video on scheduling and how it works and where you can update that. But this here under settings is a place where you can schedule your sessions. And then the last one is asking, do you want to enable session report emails? And so at the end of every session, it sends you an email telling you, hey, these are the students who were on. This is what they were on the most. This is how much time they spent on each site, the top 5 viewed sites. So you can choose to have this email sent to you or not at the end of every session. So that's creating a classroom. Definitely the most important thing I would say is making sure when you create your class, you add the Google Classroom and then you sync your students if your students change. Hope this was helpful. Have a great day. Thank you.